And we instantly see the Shaman picked by Arne. Normally, we saw Shaman picked as last, but Arne decides to start with it, get that 1-0 in, and then get some good matchup after that.
Yeah, but now it's time to talk about the Druid of Sushi, because this is not a normal Druid. This is a very special Druid. Maybe you can tell us what it is.
Yeah, as we can see, it's Beast Druid with some token Beast Druid with the Power of the Wild and the Mark of Ishari we saw in the deck list. Mark of Ishari. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but
Ishar.
Ishar? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And we see also the Fendril. I know that there were some players getting top 100 legend with decks like this, so maybe he just thought it was a really, really strong one and tried to play it himself into a tournament.
Yeah, I've been trying to make a Beast Druid before the expansion came out, and I haven't tried again afterwards, but maybe this Druid can convince me to start playing Beast Druid again. We see that Savage Combatant that gives you a +2 attack on your hero if you hero power, so a great Inspire card. One of the only Inspire cards that we have seen being used.
Most of the Inspire cards are not that strong. Sushi is in a pretty difficult spot now. Do you go for like the Living Roots on turn 1 and get this Tunnel Trog out of hand, or do you just coin out the Darnassus and pray for the Shaman not have any removal for it? We see Arne has, but is he going for it though? He decides not to. But that's actually really good because Arne, I don't think Arne wants to trade into the 1/1s, but he still has to. Sushi was thinking if he doesn't trade and plays the Totem Golem, then I can coin Savage Roar and clear the entire board. He can still decide just to go for the Living Roots, coin Darnassus.
Yeah, the question is, does Arne know that Sushi is playing this this token Beast Druid? Well, the Darnassus Aspirant is gonna give it away if he knows his old team player.
Yeah, ooh, and he's going for the 2 damage instead of the summoning the saplings. I think that's pretty good because he knows he totems up, so he didn't want to overload. So probably Feral Spirits is coming out next turn.
All right.
I think the Savage Roar is clearing everything though. Savage Roar is gonna clear the entire board here if he goes for the Feral Spirits, but he decides to go for Rock Biter. And maybe even go for the Flame Juggler 50/50 on the 1/1.
He goes for the flame Juggler, and let's see if he clears the root, the sapling, but he doesn't. He goes for the face. Oh, Juggler.
That's pretty good for Sushi. Oh wow, and he plays the Keeper of the Groves. Is this standard?
Yeah, he has one Keeper of the Grove in his deck. He can use it for damage or for that silence that he might need to get past the taunts of his opponent to push for damage. I don't believe there's a Wisp card into his deck, but you can also discover that with Raven Idol, of course. So
exactly. I still think Spellbreaker is better than the Keeper of the Groves. It's so much bigger, and how many times do you want to deal 2 damage? But let's see what Sushi's gonna do. I think he's just playing on Curve the Mountain Raptor. Just go face with the 1/1. It doesn't make sense to trade into the Wrath Air Totem.
Oh, and there is the thing from below. He cannot play it. He has not played enough totems yet. But that tells us that it's more of a mid-range Shaman, not a very aggressive one. And we see the Feral Spirits buffing the Tunnel Trog and keeping it safe.
Yeah, and Arne already is building up a huge board. And especially with that Flame Tongue Totem coming up next turn, it's going to be really, really good for Arne. He's in a great spot, and Sushi doesn't have any board clears. He doesn't have the swipe. He doesn't have any. He already played 1 Wrath, right? So he has to pick up 1 board clear, or he's gonna lose this game.
Yeah, that's the problem with this Druid. If you don't get the board, if you lose the board and you cannot get it back, the Druid has not that many board clears, like the Lightning Storm that the Shaman has. So if you lose the board pretty early on, like right now, it's gonna be pretty hard to take it back. So does he play the Keeper of the Grove to do 2 damage to the Flame Juggler, for example?
Yeah, I think that's your only play here. You can also...
Wow.
That's like the worst one I think you can get from the from the Mounted Raptor. But hey, that's the risk you're taking. And also, since Zombie Chow is out of the game, the Mounted Raptor is also a little bit worse. Because if you get the Zombie Chow, it's so much value for only 3 mana. And there we go, Flame Tongue Totem coming out.
Yeah, extremely. That's great value. The play of the Savage of Sushi, he's trying to force Arnie into a trade, I believe, to make sure that he removes some of his board. But the question is he going to do that? He only needs a Flame Juggler to remove that one, and he pushes 7 damage to the face of the Druid. And yeah, how can the Druid even stop this Shaman?
I really like the trade from Arne. Not trading his spell damage totem, but trading the
Flame Juggler.
Yeah, no, the Feral Spirit into the 1/1, because now every minion is 2 or 3 health, so he's playing around Swipe like it this way. The only card that's getting Sushi back in the game is Swipe, and Arne is playing perfectly around it.
Oh, right. Sorry, guys. Let's head into the discovery. He has Savage Roar, Wild Growth, and Mark of the Wild to choose from.
I'm still thinking about it. He's going for the Keeper. Is he going to silence it? I think he has to. Oh, he's going to silence the Flame Tongue Totem instead of the Tunnel Trog. And now he picks up the Mana Tide Totem. And because that's a totem, the thing from below will reduce 1. So he can play and the Mana Tide Totem and the thing from below.
Yeah, that's great, because he can protect the Mana Tide Totem and keep drawing it. Just like the Feral Spirit is still on board, so he's probably going to draw 2, maybe 3 cards of it if the Druid doesn't draw anything like a Wrath or a Swipe.
I think a Swipe is the only thing that can give him a little bit of a comeback, but I don't think Sushi can find a way of coming back now. Arne builds up such a huge board, and he cannot really find a way of dealing with that Mana Tide Totem. And the Mana Tide Totem is giving him every single turn card. And there's even the Thunderbluff Valiant, and that's going to be huge next turn on turn 7.
Yeah, the question is, can he use that Inspire mechanic? Because he has to lose one of his cards on board, so...
I think that's going to happen, especially with the Druid of the Claw coming out for Sushi this turn. But is there a way Sushi can make a tempo swing here? He needs to find Swipe, but I think it's a little bit too late now for getting the Swipe. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you can play the Druid of the Claw in Taunt version. That's the only play you can make, but you're gonna lose it. But
you're gonna lose it right away, and especially with the Thunder Bluff coming out. I don't think there's a way. I think Sushi can only concede here. That's the only play he has now. And this is why Shaman is one of the most popular and strongest decks in the game. They have such a strong early game, and they have so many value cards. There's no way you can come back from that. If you're on turn 7, and Arnie has like 7 strong minions on the board.
Yeah, you want to trade 1 minion. You might even want to trade 2 minions to use your Thunder Bluff. No, 1 minion is enough.
Yeah, you can just trade your thing from below and your town guy or Spirit Wolf, and then make a totem. And you have 3 totems on the board, so that represents 6 damage. Let's see what's gonna happen here.
You can also do the Spirit Wolf, then do the Thunder Bluff, Valiant, and a Hero Power, and then trade in your Flame Tongue Totem that is silenced, and maybe your Spell Totem.
Yeah, and keep the 5/5 healthy and play a little bit around Swipe. That's also a pretty decent play. It plays around Swipe though,
but he gets the Healing Totem.
Ooh, and that's huge, because now even Swipe doesn't save Sushi anymore. If he could have picked up Swipe here, he could have made a little bit of a comeback though, but now there's no way Sushi's coming back. And there's the Raptor, and that's not gonna do it. So that makes it 1-0 for Arne. What is Sushi gonna do? He's gonna trade into the thing, and then he's gonna concede?
Yeah, he's gonna concede. So that's game 1. Arne takes the win. It's Belgium versus Belgium, and Belgium takes the lead. So good to see some Belgian players in here.
Yeah, the Belgian scene is really strong. They have a lot of good players. When you go to the big lands in the Benelux, always there are a lot of Belgian players ending up high. So always if you see the top 8, there are always a lot of Belgian players there.
All right, so we're getting ready for our second game of this match between Arnier and Shoshi, or Sushi. I'm getting from the chat that it's Shoshi, so it's not the sushi, not the fish. So
maybe, but I like sushi, man.
Yeah, I really like sushi. When we were at the preliminaries, I went for sushi that night. It was great.
Really?
Yeah. I'll tell you about it off stream. All right, let's wait for these guys to get into the next match. They're gonna go into the mulligan right now. Let's see which decks they have chosen to play.
And we see the warrior against the hunter. And what kind of hunter are we gonna see? Is it the old school face hunter, or is it again one of those mid-range hunters with the double high main, the Call of the Wilds, and even the double Houndmaster?
Yeah, we see the Temple Warrior, that's for sure. But it even could be an Azoth. An Azoth Hunter?
Azoth Hunter.
I'm just kidding. It's probably a Beast, Death Rattle kind of hunter.
How are we gonna see?
The Call of the Wild and stuff.
That Call of the Wild is one of the strongest new cards. So strong. 8 mana and giving a 5/2 charge, a 2/4 minion and a 5/4 taunt for only 8 mana. So much value for just one card. It's insane.
Yeah,
Especially because you can trade your hover into another minion.
And I believe I called it. I saw an Azoth in the hand of the hunter. And
is this really gonna happen?
Yeah, we've seen Azoth Hunter in Shoshi's deck.
This was the first deck I made when Standard came out. For fun I made an Azoth Hunter. That was the first deck I made, but it didn't work that great. But maybe Sushi made a better list than me. Probably he did. And now he's gonna wreck Arne with it, I think.
And we see the Fire Bats, the first world champion of Hearthstone, coming onto the board as a minion, as a beast. And it's a great beast. It's a good replacement for the Leperno.
Yeah, it's a pretty good replacement for Leperno, especially because it can also deal 1 damage on a minion. And that's actually really good, because in that way it contests with a lot of 2 drops or 1 drops.
Yeah, it contests with the Tunnel Chalk. You have to be a little bit lucky, but it does. And now Arnier is thinking about coining out that Fury War Axe instead of tapping. I don't know if he knows that it's an Azoth Corruptor, but the Azoth, of course, makes sure that when you lose the board, or if you lose any tempo later on in the game, you can get right back in it.
I think we need face cams next time. I want to see Arne's expression when the Azoth is coming out.
Yeah, I would love to, but production-wise, it's pretty rough. So
that's so nice. If you see the expression of people when they see a card they don't expect.
Yeah, that's always awesome. We can see that at the finals, probably.
Yes, exactly, in Amsterdam Arena, of course. But Sushi picks up the huge toad here, and that's actually good, because he didn't have a turn 2, and now he has.
Let me guess, that huge toad is pretty huge. So we see the hero power. No huge toad coming onto the board. He doesn't want to play that into the Fury War Axe.
Yes. Well, what is he gonna do now then? I don't know. Maybe he's gonna go for Warband and huge toad next turn. But then he's gonna get War Axed and Gold probably.
Maybe he wants to play the Toad and the Fury Bat together in one turn, but he could play the Bear Trap as well.
I don't think you play the Bear Trap now, because they don't have any minions, so there's no chance it's gonna proc any turn now. Not now, not next turn. So I think you just develop 2 minions, put some pressure on the board, get some damage in, and force Arne to make a play.
Yeah, if you play the Fury Bat and the huge Toad, well, they both get traded. So you have the Fury War Axe into the Toad, and then the Ravaging Ghoul clears out the Fury Bat.
Yeah.
And then you can play Bear Trap, hero power next turn. So that could be the plan.
Yeah, I think that's the plan Sushi's going for. Sushi's still thinking about it though, but I don't think he has another play though. Sushi must. He can think only for the beer trap, but I don't think Arne is gonna protect the face here. Oh, he's going for the hero power. I think he's baiting out the War Axe charge, so he can go for Huge Toad and Bear Trap next turn. But it's turn 3, so he should have known that turn 3 in Temple Warrior is normally Ravaging Ghoul, so it's maybe a little bit of a bad bait though.
Yeah, the question is Arne going for it? Is he falling for it? He's definitely thinking about it. Because that would seem to be the most effective play. He also has the Battle Rage next turn for 2.
Yeah, I think he just go for Ravaging Ghoul, and he's hoping that the bat is hitting that ghoul, so his Battle Rage will be a lot better.
Oh.
But it goes face.
The
Too
face
bad for him.
is the place. So yeah, you were saying we could go Bear Trap, Huge Toad, but the question is, has Sushi practiced as much as Harmon with his animal companion? Is he able to get Huffer if he plays it? But I don't believe that animal companion is the right play. No.
Do you want Huffer? I think Misha's way better there. But let's play on curve and just go for the Toad and the Bear Trap here.
I want to see some animal companions being trained here. But the hand of the warrior is growing. He is might be able to get some tempo on this board. He's probably going to swing his axe into the Toad, and maybe the Cochrane Elite is coming up.
Wow, and he's now like... Maybe they practiced together and he knew he was playing the Bear Trap. That's why he went for face. But now he's going for Falling Berserker and trading to the Bear Trap. And developing even stronger minions here.
Yeah, so now the Toad could trade into the Frothing Berserker, but then you have a 33% chance of that damage at 1 damage at a random damage to hit that. But he can also run the Toad into the Ravaging Ghoul and then use Deadly Shot or Huffer.
Always Huffer. That's how it works in Hunter. Just play your Animal Companion. It's not even Animal Companion, it's just Huffer Companion, right?
Yeah, and there is no pressure on the board for the Hunter. He can just clear, use hero power, and next turn he has Savannah Highmane and even that Deadly Shot in hand to remove any big threat that is going to come on the board. So let's see what the Warrior is going to play. Is he going to play the Frothing again, the second one?
I think you just go for Corcoran and Smork here. I think you have to spend your mana as good as possible. What he also is thinking about is playing Battle Rage, draw a card, Falling Berserker, but I don't know, man. It's not a lot of pressure. Also, Arne is gonna have a really hard time dealing with that Savannah Highmane. And I really want to see Arne's face when that Nazal is coming out.
Yeah, definitely it's gonna be a surprise. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty hard time, but you can do the Ariati Weaponsmith into the Savannah Highmane, and then you have to trade the Frothing Berserker, but you don't want to do that. So
you can also just slam here.
Slam, execute.
Just check what you draw, and you can execute, but then you can maybe execute it, and then trade 1/2/2 away, and then play slam on the other 2/2, and leave your board with a really big Frothing Berserker.
Yeah, but then there's a Deadly Shot into the hand of the Hunter, and that's going to be pretty big next turn for the Hunter to clear out that Frothing Berserker. So the question is...
this is why Highmane is so strong. It's such a big minion for 6 mana, but that Death Rattle is also so annoying.
Yeah, I think it was the right play for Arne. If he went for that Execute and that big Frothing Berserker, he would have get punished by the Deadly Shot. And now he didn't. So there's the Tundra Rhino.
Yeah, that's actually a really good card because it's a must kill. That minion got taunted. Even though it says charge, it definitely got taunted. You cannot leave that one open. You cannot leave the Tundra Rhino open and take the risk that Highmane is coming afterwards, or Call of the Wild or something like that. Because every beast will get charged, and that's so painful. So you have to clear that. I think Sushi is going for it.
Yeah, probably Tundra Rhino with hero power put even more pressure on the board. And do you want to trade your hyena into the weaponsmith then? And the Tundra Rhino also? Or do you
No,
just
you
want to go
just you
face?
just smork. You just smork. Yeah. You want to put Arne as low as possible, so he has to make awkward turns. So you want to push him in a turn that he has to heal and clear board, and that's so difficult as a warrior. Normally you can only do one of those things.
Yeah, the question is hero power or deadly shot. That is the question. He's gonna keep that deadly shot. He wants to keep that for a Malkorok, for a Gromage, for a Ragnaros Firelord even.
Yes. Also, this play is pretty good by Sushi because next turn he can play Tundra Rhino and then he can suicide his Infested Wolf, and then those 1/1s will get charged, so he can instantly attack with those 1/1s again. Arne can draw a lot of cards now.
There's Malkorok, Cairn.
Corkron. Do you trade here? I don't know. He's going for the Smork here.
He's not gonna use his weapon. He's probably well, he might go for the Cairn or the Ragnaros next turn. But there's a Tundra Rhino, and On the Hunt being drawn, and On the Hunt is a great card to hit the 3/1 Ariati Berserker. But
and that Mastiff is coming out of that.
Yeah,
is also getting charged
so
because it's a beast.
So you want to go Mastiff, or you want to do the On the Hunt on the Ariati, and
you can just trade into the 3/3 in the 4/3, and then your 1/1's getting charged.
Yeah, that's also a possibility.
And then you can just trade in the Arati and save your Mastiff spell. And it's pretty fun because Ragnaros is probably coming out now. And
yeah, if Rag is gonna come down, there's a deadly shot.
yeah, that deadly shot is going to be huge.
The question is, after the deadly shot, do we gonna see the Nazad being played onto the board? That's the question. Are you gonna see it? Because Arnier is at 9 health, and there's a lot of pressure from the hunter with that hero power.
I think he's going for the execute on the Rhino, and then go for Corkron and then smork him. And also Sushi is getting pretty low on HP here, and without any minions in his hand, maybe the Rag is gonna do a lot of work here. But is Arne gonna attack here with the weapon? He's thinking about, maybe I'm gonna play Malkorok next turn, and then my weapon charge was gone. Ooh, and now Sushi find the full board clear. But or is this lethal, by the way?
That's a good question. He has 6.
He has 6 damage, 3 damage off lethal, so I think you just go for the board clear. Because you have the Nazad next turn, you don't have to hurry anything. I don't think Arne can come back from the Enzad.
That was epic. All right, we see the hero power being played, but the question is, are we going to see the quick shot and the deadly shot, or is it just a quick shot on the Corkron?
I think you just go for a full board clear here, because you have the Nazad next turn, so you're not afraid of anything that's coming to you. So if you just clear everything now, feel a little bit safe, and just go for Nazad next turn. You get the Hymen, you get the Infested Wolf, you get the double Fury Bat, you get the huge Toad, so I think you just go it.
Alright, here we go with the quick shot.
And he went for the full board clear, as we expected here, and do you just rack here, or do you do your hero power?
He goes for the rag. The question is he gonna hit Fate? He is going to, and that puts the hunter on a 9 health. And a lot of pressure, but now the card that we all have been waiting for, Nazad, is it being played? I believe there is no other option. You can go for King's Elic.
Into, I don't know, into a charge?
No.
You just played Nazad, but there's still a chance Sushi is gonna win this. He's going for Malkorok, get a weapon, go for face, and then 2 for 6. There's a 1 in 7 chance he's gonna win this game. There's a 1 in 7 chance he's gonna win.
So he's gonna draw first.
He's gonna make it even 1 in 6 if he kills the Nazat.
He can also play the Fury War Axe if he likes to, so...
No, but then you're not gonna win. Oh yeah, you can, by the way. Yeah, you can just go for War Axe and then hit the face. That's true.
So the only way to win for Anye is for the Rag to hit face.
Do you go Melkroth? No, right? You just go for War Axe. If you get a 1 attack... Oh, that doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even... No, it doesn't even matter, so...
Is there a 0 attack weapon? That would be fun, right? And he's getting Doomhammer. Oh, now he can...
Yeah, he can get better chances than with the Fury War Axe, so that's pretty great. It's 1 in 5.
Oh, played by Arne.
To win the game.
Come on, Rack.
What?
No.
It hits the face. It's 20% chance and it hits the face. Anya gets 2-0 against Roos Sushi.
Can we say well played here?
Yeah, definitely well played. Wow, what a game. What an ending.
Yeah, insane. Also that Doomhammer for getting even better chances for the Rag. What an insane ending of the game. Holy.
Wow, so we have Warlock left for Arne.
It's a Reno lock, right?
Is that a Reno? Yeah. A Leroy Jackson.
Leroy Jackson.
No, it's a Reno lock, I believe, with probably the combo in it. So let's head into the mulligan.
Yes, and we know that Reno lock is normally really strong against Tempo Warrior. So Sushi picked that one first, so we can end it fast. No. It's also good to pick if you're 2-0 behind, get your best matchup first, because it's also a moral thing. If you're 2-0 behind, you're a little bit in a down mood, and if you can win your good matchup, you're getting a little bit more concentrated for the next match, because oh yeah, I won that game and now can make a comeback, so let's go for it.
Alright, so let's see what they choose. The Dark Peddler stays, the Shadow Flame and the Power Overwhelming in the hand of Arne. And the decision, you probably lose the Violet Teacher here, right?
Yeah, the Violet Teacher is really strong against Reno, because it's 5 health, so it's safe against Hellfire. And that's important. Because those 1/1s will die, of course, but the Violet Teacher will survive.
So you keep the Violet Teacher, and I was mistaken, and we're gonna see some living roots on the board. You want to build as many minions, as many beasts on the board, because this is a token beast druid, and there's the Doomsayer, a great top deck for Arne.
Yeah, Arne knows how to top deck, and yeah, he picks up the Doomsayer, and we see a lot of Reno locks now, and I think they all had Doomsayer on turn 2, am I right?
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have Reno, and that's the most important card of this deck. If he doesn't get Reno, he still can get bursted down. And there's a corrupted Healbot in this Reno Warlock.
Does he play Nazat in this deck? I'm not sure. Normally when you see corrupted Healbot, it's in a Nazat version of a deck. And Arne just decides to tap because he wants to have as big as possible Twilight Drake next turn. So let's see what's gonna happen here.
Yeah, we see the coin floating around. It could be the Mire Keeper or the Violet Teacher that he wants to coin out. Probably the Mire Keeper for 3/3 and a 2/2.
Maybe just for some extra mana. But Violet Teacher is also pretty good. But you don't have a lot of spells though. You only have that Living Roots, and you can maybe play Markov. How was it pronounced again?
Ishar?
Ishar? Okay, yeah. But you cannot...
It's a little bit different, but I cannot remember it correctly. But something like that.
Yeah. Why always so difficult? Ooh, and Sushi does have a way of dealing with this Twilight Drake, so I think you just ignore it. Is he going for the extra mana, or is he going for the 2/2 and getting some board?
I believe he's gonna get some more board. Board is more important for him than the mana, because I believe that 5 mana cards are the highest cards he has in mana curve. So he already has his biggest minions in hand. So.
And Arne has so many options now this turn. He can go for like the Brand Dart Battler, getting value out of that. He can go for the Corrupted Healbot, but he can also just trade the Twilight Drake into the Violet Teacher, Mortar Coil it to kill it off, and play Battler and tap behind it. But he decides to go for a big guy, because when you play against Druid, they don't have that board clear other classes have. So when you just spam the board with big guys, Druid is gonna get a hard time.
Yeah, it's very important for Sushi to keep that board going, and there is the apprentice of the Violet Teacher, and she needs apprentices to keep it going, because eventually you want to buff all those small minions into bigger ones with Power of the Wild and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Arne has the perfect answer for that. If Sushi goes for full YOLO, double Teacher, Living Roots, Arne is gonna Shadow Flame his 6/6, and Sushi's not even getting some health back because he's already on full health. So it's a little bit YOLO, but if it works, you get rewarded pretty hard.
Yeah, he's gonna get the slime into the 4/4 and the Living Roots and generate 2 1/1 tokens.
And he's gonna be sad if he sees the Shadow Flame coming out for Arne, clearing everything that's left on the board.
There's even Twisting Nether, so it's going to be pretty hard for Sushi to take this board and to win this game, and it's going to be a pretty hard battle. Is there any burst? Yeah, you have Savage Roar, you have Power of the Wild. Maybe with a Druid of the Claw, you just want to get in as much damage as possible, because there's still no Reno in the hand of the Warlock, so maybe it's still possible. But with that Savage Roar, maybe in the hand of Sushi, you have to Shadow Flame here.
And what you also can do is just Faces Manipulator, the Violet Teacher, Mortar Coil 1/1, and then trade the Corrupted Healbot into a 3/5. So you have a Violet Teacher, a 6/3, and a 1/1 on the board. But he's going for the Brand Double Battler. And that's also pretty good because it forces Sushi to kill that Brand. You cannot leave the Brand open.
So we see an Angry Chicken, a Flame Imp, and a Secret Keeper. Definitely not going to be the Secret Keeper. It's going to be the Flame Imp and the Abusive Sergeant. But I feel that there can be a lot of damage pushed in here with
Never.
Claw.
I'm sad he didn't pick the Angry Chicken though. It's so strong with Power Overwhelming. No.
Just buff it and keep it going.
Yeah. Go for it, man. Angry Chicken must win games, right? What can Sushi do here? He had that Savage Roar top deck, so if Arne didn't kill anything, he was already close to lethal.
You can buff your one of your minions with +2/+2 with the mark.
Yeah, maybe. Is that any good, right? You have to kill that Bran, right? You cannot leave that open. But you can do that actually with playing the marker of Ishar on the 1/1, trade into the 6/3, use the hero power, kill off the Bran, and then play even Darnassus afterwards. He decides to go for Savage Roar. But that's a board clear Savage Roar. But he has to go fast because the rope is ticking here.
Yeah, the question is, has he played all the things he wanted to play? And he did. There's Darnassus Aspirant on the board. Good board clear. He keeps the board and he has one more turn because there's no Twisting Nether. There's no... Well, you have the Shadow Flame if need be. Acidic Swamp, Shadow Flame is an option.
You can also go Flame Imp, Shadow Flame.
That's also an option.
Arne is still looking for his big minions. He has only some small minions from the Battler, but there's nothing else left on the board. So I think he has to Shadow Flame this and then play the Swampoo's for tempo. So let's see if that's gonna work out.
Yeah, we see an Azure Drake and a Druid of the Claw in the hand, and you want to get a Druid Claw in charge not in taunt. You want to give it action, but maybe he plays it. But there's a Raven Idol, and he stops his play. He doesn't play the Druid of the Claw. He decides, maybe I want to play that Raven Idol first and see what kind of spell I get. But
you can go for Druid of the Claw in charge and then draw a card and then trade into the... Oh, he's going face. And that's actually good because he forces Arne to play his Reno. I wanted to say that.
yeah, that wraps up the game, I believe. How do you win? How do you win as a Druid if that Reno gets slammed down on the board?
But do you even play Reno here? That's the question. You can wait a little bit longer though. You can also go for like Faces Manipulator on the 6/6, play PO on the yeah, there we go. Play Faces Manipulator, play PO on the Swamp Boost, trade into the 6/6, and play Stern Fury Protector on it. Because now you're safe for a charge and Savage Roar combo, something like that. And now you can play Reno Jackson when you have board control, and that's way better than just slamming down a Reno when you don't have board control.
It definitely is, and we see the Azure Drake might be drawing another card, but we also see the Raven Idol that can give Sushi the card that he needs, the card that is not in his deck. Maybe he can discover something, but he decides to play the Mounted Raptor.
Yeah, Sushi is just spamming everything on the board that he has, but I think he knows, yeah, I cannot come back from this because the Arena Lock has 2 cards every turn and he can only draw 1, so the longer this game takes, the harder it gets for Sushi to win. And especially when Arne is back to 30 health, it's pretty much game over. And Sushi is also saying well played here.
So this could be the final moments of the final game of tonight. The question is, what does Sushi draw? He draws a Druid of the Claw. Can that help him win the game? Is he going to go for that Raven Idol to see if there's one final straw to pull and to take this game maybe in a miracle situation? But it's going to be pretty hard with that Sylvanas and Twisting Nether.
You can go for Raven Idol into Swipe. That will help. That will help a bit. That will board clear eventually. So I think he has to Raven Idol Force Spell. Even Starfall will do a lot. There are a lot of good spells Druid normally don't play. Starfire will even help. Deal 5 damage, draw a card. So he has to go for it. Discover a spell here, I guess. He's going for a minion.
And he has Squirming Tentacle, Adult Grizzly, and Hungry Dragon to choose from.
I think he was looking for Deathwing.
Yeah, Deathwing could have saved him the game a little bit.
Yeah. There's the Grizzly, but now it's buffing the charge. Wow. Is this enough? I don't think so, right?
No, this is just to trying and to keep in the game, and there's a Siphon Soul, so you can even tap, but he plays the Sylvanas just to be sure, and he can trade into the full board and get the control. I want to see another 2-2 match and go into the final game, but it looks like this is in the bag for Arne.
Yeah, this is gonna be a 3-0 sweep by Arne. We have to say really well played.
Yeah,
3-0, the first one.
I would have liked this Druid to win one game because it's a different deck. It's a special deck that we haven't seen for the last weeks in any tournament settings. At least I haven't seen it. Nope. So it would be great if you bring an original or a nice and deck that nobody plays and then win with it.
Yeah, it's so difficult to bring an own-made deck because the current meta decks are tested by like 1 million people on ladder, and you have so many statistics about those decks that you know what matchups are good for you. But when you make your own deck, you only have your own sample of games that can tell you something about the matchups. And this is game over, right? 13 is 1-off. But can Sushi draw something to save him? Tree of Life.
Tree of Life or his own Reno. It's a Druid of the Flame, that's not it. And he might kill himself against Sylvanas. So that's the final game of tonight. Arne takes it with 3-0.
GG Arne.